everyone here together. So thank you so much for being here. I want to recognize a few people. Freeholder Romano is here with us. Former President Peter Cunningham. Jen Giattino is on vacation. She couldn't be here. We are so glad to have Leon Gold, Irene Sobolov, Ruthie McAllister here with us. Of course, Carol Marsh, our former council member. And I also want to give a big shout out to Sean, Albie, and Mike from Littletown, and Seamus for organizing this and working with us. Thank you so much. Oh, and I want to recognize Patty Kelleher as well. Thank you so much from the trade union and Thomas. And for being here with us. I am so excited. I mean, I know I'm a little bit biased, but let's just reflect for a minute. Let's think of where we were and how much we've accomplished in the last 4 years. I am so proud of how much we've gotten done with your support. It's really been incredible. I mean, we've renovated, saved our hospital. We got the city up at $52 million. And it's been in 4 short years and throwing a couple of challenges like Hurricane Sandy. So it's been fantastic. So I want to introduce a very special team because quite frankly, we could never ever have gotten all of this done without a very special team all working together. So I want to start by introducing Robbie Bala. Thank you guys. Say a few words. I want to say a huge thank you to Robbie. He's so intelligent, he's so calm, he's so persuasive, yet so strong through really difficult times. Let's admit it, it's pretty tough to be at those council meetings. And I want to thank Robbie. We never could have accomplished everything we've got done without Robbie.
Thank you. Thank you everyone for coming out here, and you know, the mayor stole the beginning of my speech, but I just want to reflect to 4 years ago when I first started getting involved in politics at an electoral level. There's such a cross-section of the community. Some of you all have been here for a year or two, and some of you have been here for decades. 4 years ago, we had a city council that consisted of Councilman Camerano, Ramos, Russo, Castellano. There were only 2 members of the council that I had faith in at that time. That was Council President now, Peter Cunningham. We had literally the state of New Jersey take over our government here in Hoboken because we underfunded our budget by over $10 million. We had a tax increase of over 47% overall. We had a mayor placed in handcuffs and charged with the felony. That's where we were 4 years ago. And look how far we've come. And how have we done it? We've done it with strong leadership, through a strong mayor that has a couple of characteristics that I just want to highlight in particular. First, Mayor Zimmer has a lot of resolve. You can't do what she's done with our council without having a lot of determination and a lot of resolve. And secondly, she had a lot of focus. You cannot do your job as mayor without being focused on what your objectives are from a policy standpoint. And actually, third, those 2 qualities in of themselves, you need to have in order to get results. And that's what we're going to need in the coming weeks as we begin this campaign starting today, is a combination of focus, resolve, and that's going to lead to electoral victory to results. But we can't do it with the mayor alone. What we need is a mayor and a governing body, a city council working together. The progress we made in the first 2 years, the first 3 years, has been stagnated a little bit by the fact that a lot of gamesmanship, as a local judge put it, has been played with our state laws. And that's got to end. And the only way it can end, ladies and gentlemen, is at the ballot box. If every one of you talk to your neighbors, talk to the people on your block, tell them about the team. We're running this campaign as a team. We've got a great candidate in James Doyle. We've got a great candidate in We've got probably one of the best mayors in the history of Hoboken. Talk about the election to your spouse, your brothers, your sisters, your friends. Talk about the team. Say you got to vote for the whole team. You got to vote for Jim Doyle. You got to vote for Dave Mello. You got to vote for Tom Zimmer. You got to vote for the entire ballot, because that's how we're going to win, by working together with a united team on a united front. And it's that honesty and integrity that Mayor Zimmer has that's really an inspiration to me, and I can probably say the same for my colleagues, as well as Council President Cunningham and Councilwoman Giattino. So I just want to thank you all for taking the time to be out here, and pass the mic to Councilman Mello.
To Dave, Councilman Mello. I want to just talk about how Dave and I, we started out fighting for a park in Southwest Hoboken when we really had no idea what we were getting into. And so I just want to share with all of you, we've been fighting for this park, and we just got fantastic news today. The court has ruled that we have the authority to purchase 1 acre property in Southwest Hoboken. Great news for today.
Thank you all for being here, and I want to thank the mayor for saying that news, because I wasn't sure how we should handle that tonight. You know, 4 years ago, when I ran for office, right after I came to office, I met with a constituent who asked me, you know, why did you want to get into this? What was your end game? And, you know, it's a great question. And the answer is pretty simple. We live in a state that is incredibly built out, and where it's vital for our urban environments to become places where people not only live for a short period of time, but where people want to live in multiple stages of life, even when they have other options and other places available to them that they can live. And that's why I'm so proud of so many of the quality of life issues that we as a team have been able to tackle over the last 4.5 years. I'm proud of the fact that we have become tantalizingly close to finally acquiring that open space, that active open space in the western part of town, and many, many more spaces will be there to come. I'm proud of the work we've done on parking and transportation. We have put corner cars in over 30 locations throughout the city, and our community is sharing over 60 vehicles because of the work we've done. We have the HOP route not only reestablished that we have a community shuttle, but we have 3 different routes which our former director Sachs was vital in putting in. We have parking meters that now, instead of robbing us of our options, where we only could put in money before, now we can put in smart cards, we can put in credit cards, and let's face it, they are not so easily robbed themselves anymore, which is a good change. When it comes to the community development front, we've done so many wonderful things. First of all, our existing parks, we cleaned them up, we fixed them, Church Square Park, Pocket Parks near me, other parks that we're in the process of doing that now. As the chair of the Community Development Committee, I've been proud to really push forward what I think is an important issue, is that we create housing that is suitable for families that are growing, that have started to root here, that right now their only options are to buy a brownstone that's going to cost well north of $1 million, or buy and seek a home somewhere out of our Hoboken home. So we want to change that. And we also want to stand up to developers, not to block development, because we don't want to block development, but let them know that the main question we're going to ask is not, what is your development going to do to maximize your bottom line, but what is your development going to do to maximize our quality of life in our home home, which is Hoboken. The people who are born and raised in this community are some of my favorites, two of my favorites, because my two daughters, Sienna and Zoe, are born and raised in this community. So, Hoboken is a Hoboken for everybody, and it is, in my mind, the #1 greatest community to live in the state of New Jersey, possibly in our country. But we have to keep it that way. We have to manage it, we have to nurture it, and this team has to bring it forward. We have to do those things that will keep it the best it can be, and we can never turn the power of our elected offices over to people that instead are going to take advantage of the good times we're having in Hoboken for their own personal gain or for the gain of a small few at the cost of the great many residents that call this wonderful city home.
Thank you very much, Dave. Let's hear it for Dave. So before I introduce our final member of our team, I want to say a huge thank you to Carol Marsh. When she was on vacation in Nicaragua. It's amazing. So Jim has been, I mean, he's been here for, well, I think he's been advocating, he's been advocating for Hoboken for decades. I mean, he was well ahead of me as far as advocating for park space, advocating for honest government. And some people might not know, but he was a very important part of saving our hospital, and he stepped up and played a very important role in helping us out. We can't thank him enough. So, as all of you know, I've been trying for a long time to get him on the council, so I'm thrilled that he's going to step up and do this. So I'm going to turn it over to Jim to say a few words.
Thank you, Mayor, and thank everybody for coming out tonight. As you can tell, I'm the old timer in the crowd. Unlike these whippersnappers, my wife Leah and I moved here in 1987, so that's 26 years ago. And if you're doing the math, Leah was 10 when she got here. But throughout those years, there were many struggles. We fought with a lot of mixed results, and there have been many improvements to this city. So, but I'd like to say that 2009 was really quite a turning point, and I think, as some of my teammates here have pointed out, it's an amazing change that's occurred in the last 4 years in town. So I'm not able to list all the accomplishments of my running mates, because in my 6 weeks on the council, I wasn't able to achieve quite as much as I had hoped. But we're going to change that. As far as going forward, because that's really what we want to do here. I want to dispel the rumor that speculation that I'm going to devote most of my resources to amending New Jersey law with regard to municipal vacancies. I'm going to be focusing more. I'm past that. I don't know whether my running mates and council president Cunningham are really past it. They have another 4 or 5 months before they put that behind them. But sincerely, my goals certainly, fulfilling the plans, the master plan's goals, open space. That's great news today about yet another piece of the puzzle, the Southwest. We have the booming New Jersey Transit, and no pun intended, and we've got to do a sensible and appropriate job down there. And there's Monarch and everything else. So I'll leave it at that. But I think the years of my nagging the city council from the other side of the bench certainly are good evidence what my goals are. Thank you.
Yes, we are very proud of what we've accomplished over the last 4 years, but we can do so much more, and we want to, and we want to get it done. The next 4 years is going to be about the future of Hoboken. It's going to be so very, very important, and we're going to need all of you working with us. That's how we got it done in 2009, and that's how we're going to get this done. So I ask you, I want to introduce Molly. I just want to raise her hand. Molly is our campaign manager. We're going to need you back in the back. We're going to need you to help with the petition drive. We're going to need you to get out and knock on doors. We're going to need you to call your friends and tweet and Facebook and do everything to get everyone out. This is going to be a tough race. This is Hoboken. It always is. So I ask you, please, do what you can. Get out and volunteer. Encourage your friends to get involved, because you know what? It's going to be a lot of fun. I'm very excited. But thank you all so much for coming. I also want to give a big shout out for Leon Gold.